Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Friday night, and we are live and in effect as I report to you from behind this plastic microphone device with none of my brain tied behind my back because I need every single brain cell front and center just to keep up with you. Hope everybody is doing well tonight as we start the weekend with silver prices low. In fact, I tell you what, this is an example of when the market moderates like this big time, views drop off tremendously, especially since I'm reporting on it, and I'm not trying to blow what they call a lot of vaporized smoke up your rear end. That's not what I'm going to do here to get views, but views are suffering nonetheless. So if you are somebody who's a regular viewer, I hope you will consider subscribing. I hope you will continue to watch, because I want to try to encourage you to continue to hold silver and to stack silver, but also want to encourage you to maybe take a little bit of a chance to expand your horizons a little bit into gold, and just understand that, you know, the markets are going to suffer from time to time, but the metals will do what they've always done, and they will preserve your wealth. Both metals will, both gold and silver. Good to see you guys. Welcome. JM Unleashed is here. Red Crawler is with us. Been a while. Good to see Red Crawler here. Silver Shelby is with us. CCT is here, otherwise known as Cybercurrent Twitcher. You know him well. Master Blaster is with us tonight. A lot of good folks here. Let's get right into some of these comments here. From Roger Deere, he says, I have no check spot for silver. It's down to 76.81. Wow, that was so 2 days ago, wasn't it? Which means I've only doubled my money in the past 3 years on 380 ounces. If the price goes down, I'll buy more for less money. If it goes up, I'll be good. Silver's been valuable for 5,000 years. Fiat money always drops to zero. I can't lose. So the crooked bankers can kiss my butt no matter what happens. Well, that's the right attitude to have. No matter what your view is on manipulation, suppression, the long term is the key. And you got the right attitude, Roger. Way to go. Yes, indeed. All right. Very good. And let's see here what we've got with this here from Keeping It Green 1. In the video from the other day, it says, I have a reason. I personally have decreased searches and videos because I sold at an all-time high and nobody wants to hear it. Keep some, sell some, play smart. Well, this is an example. This is an example of what we're talking about here. And see, not as many people are watching videos, except for the real big channels. They're not hurting at all. I guess they've got enough of a big following, but channels like this, which lives really off the news, but you know, I'm mostly on the way up and talk about the news on the way down. And see, I warned folks all the way up to watch out. This is a bull run. This is a bubble, and a bubble. People did not want to hear that silver was in a bubble. And now that the reality is set in, some of those people got really nasty and unsubscribed from the channel. And went away, or I had to block them. But anyways, but here we are. Let's see here. And by the way, I'm not fully saying that the bull run is completely over yet, but we saw a very strong warning sign today. I talked about it in this evening's video, which did not get very many views. But good to see you guys here. Welcome. A lot of good folks with us tonight. I appreciate we have my regulars here. And I tell you what, more so than ever, I appreciate those of you who are my regulars. I really appreciate those of you who do watch daily, no matter what. You guys are amazing. I hold on to you tight, and I really appreciate you putting up with me. It means a lot to me that you're here. Yes, indeed. All right, JF Enterprise. I like goldbacks, but at these prices and their overall cost, I don't think I'd buy any of the 25 goldbacks or higher ones. I'd buy a Sovereign 1/20th true coin at that point. If you're collecting a set, though, you kind of have to make the purchase. But I'd never own more than one of those in a case. Under a gram of content for sure, but over, no way. Not at 2x cost. Yeah, exactly right, JF Enterprise. You're exactly right. In fact, now they have quarter gold backs now. All right. Very good. Yes, that's right, JM Unleashed. Jim Cramer gets lots of views, but it never did anybody any favors. That's right. He had a television show on his backing him, though, for sure. All right, let's see here. All right, Kai Anna says that ball guy money called the floor to be between 66 and 71 with a huge increase by the end of the year. He could be right. He was actually on this channel. We did a live interview with him, his first ever live interview a week or so ago. But yes, indeed, I actually think we could see $50. But I'm not sure what's going to happen by the end of the year. I kind of doubt I think we're done with triple digit silver from now to the end of the year. 2027 may be a different thing, but I don't think we're going to see it. But we'll see here. Okay, he says July we'll see a huge bounce back. It's possible. We'll see. But I think a lot of it's going to depend on the attitude of what the Federal Reserve is going to do. Will Kevin Warsh convince the governors to lower rates? We'll see. All right, GA 6381, Texas Mint metals versus Texas Depository Proof metals. There's only two like images, a Texas star and the state of Texas. It's not the Canon with the TXDB. So if Texas Mint can prove that they have the only right to the image of the Texas Lone Star and the image of the Texas as a state, good luck. Exactly right. I'm with you. This isn't intellectual property, and the lawsuit shows unintelligence. The back of the Texas Mint metal is the Texas state capitol. The depository is a wreath with a Lone Star in the middle, the friendship at the bottom. If they think that they can win because both are minted on 24 karat gold, throw that case out. Texas Mint is just being sour. I would rather go and buy a medal signed off by a governor in the first state with the union to have its own depository. Texas Mint needs to get behind the Texas Depository and mint Texas metals for the depository instead of another mint. That would settle this, yeah. And maybe it's one of those things where they were butthurt because they ended up deciding to contract through Silvertown. But the thing is, the Texas Precious Metals is not a mint. I think they're just a bullion dealer. But they could have been the exclusive to carry them, which would have made perfect sense. But they chose U.S. Gold Bureau instead. But I'm with you, and I don't think they have a case. All right, let's see here. James Kahn says here, I think the Texas Star is the bucking bronco, the Alamo on a Texas oil or derrick or copyrighted in Texas. All right. Well, again, Lone Star I don't think is a copyrighted thing. Dean, W8, be real. The black market is working hard and making a killing every day. People need to go to jail. All right. A lot of people feel that way. Thank you. And let's see. Talica fan says here about the silver drop from a couple days ago. Not cool. If I knew this would happen, I would have waited to buy. Already bought 4 times for over 3K. Hoping the next 6 months I will be saying I should have bought more at the dip. Now I hear you. I've got a purchase out for gold, and I'm already underwater on it, big time, and it's still not shipped yet. And that was well over a month ago. Mr. Kojak with the first super chat of the night. Thank you so much for this algorithm. Credit Lucky Lucy. Thank you so much, Mr. Kojak. I'm going to hold that over if another super chat comes in, and we'll do push-ups for you. But thank you, sir. I really appreciate that very, very much. We'll get it together here. And Nobody Cares 9494 and says here, well, the debt was cut in half. Japan is not sending stimulus checks in the amount of $135 billion, and the U.S. is soon to follow. We have peace finally in the Middle East. The budget is balanced. New technology allows for Bitcoin to be placed in all electronics and AI. The best electricity conductor, and the best news of all is that no one needs silver. Warehouses full of it. Mines need to be closed due to overbalance, inflation of record low, almost zero. And finally, have our salaries equal to the 1970 average. Okay, I think this is pretty much, he's being facetious here. All right, thank you so much. All right. Yeah, Red Crawler bought it. I had, 52.50. That's tough, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. But whenever you make a purchase, you always go in with the mindset that it could tank, that the price could fall pretty dramatically. You have to be able to look beyond price when you make a purchase, especially at these levels we're seeing, especially on the way down. But we'll see here. Shark Bark says, I'm always excited when prices drop. Some of you may remember Kmart and the blue light specials they used to have. The little old ladies would practically run you over with their carts. That's kind of how I feel about the price dropping. I'm running towards a blue light with my shopping cart. There you go. I slurped to that. Well, amen. I'm out of powder in order to do that at this point in time, but I'm hearing you. Mr. Patrick, they certainly don't want investors fleeing into PMs, the stocks, and Bitcoin fall. That's right. Well, they don't want to empower people to have true money in their hand. Luke Farley says here on this lawsuit, the video that I did, I do believe that possibly there were some other state issues in the 80s of rounds. I have some from South Dakota. Yes, just because a state name, though, is on those rounds does not mean it was from the actual state. You have to understand that. Texas Precious Metals, for instance, they're a private company. They had contracted out to have minted rounds that were from the state of Texas. So there is that. All right, very good. Let's see what we've got here. Luke Farley also says those metals are cool. They really look like Scottsdale Mint style with the border. Reminds me a lot of the Caribbean nation coins with the sea animals. Yes, indeed it does. Yeah, really cool. And I've not seen anybody else showcase those on YouTube, by the way, either. And that video did not get very many views. We got Hobo Bill says the following here. I'm glad I bought when I did because my favorite coin is no longer available because they are listed as sold out. All right. 5-ounce silver Libertad is sold out. Thank you. Very good. All right. Got it while you can, at least for now. Hawkaloogie is here. Good to see you. A lot of good to see some folks here. Appreciate you guys being with me here tonight. A little smaller crowd, but anyways. All right. Here we go. And let's see here. We've got Helicoil 11 chimes in on this video. We're going to get here much closer to today's videos here in a moment. Beginning to think these silver channels are the ones manipulating the stackers. It's I don't manipulate anybody. I just talk about what the news is and talk about the fundamentals. I think the only way I would manipulate is I think it's a good idea to have and to hold, but to buy at your own pace. And I have to be very, very careful since I'm sponsored by a bullion dealer. Of course, even before I was sponsored by a bullion dealer, I was not going out saying, you should stack now, get a whole bunch, break the bank and stack. Would never say that. All right. Wow, gold 10,000 Eagles have dropped $100. That's a great job right here. All right, Victor says I have plenty of dry powder left. The way things are going, I may end up need to stay afloat for the coming months. Yes, I hear you. All right, Zardoz with 1 Salivate Metal gift membership. Thank you, Zardoz. I appreciate that so much. So that coupled with the other super chat we got, that's 3. Let me go ahead and get these 3 out of the way so that I can fulfill that. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Zardoz is here. Thank you, Zardoz. Let's see here. Let's do it. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Very, very cool. Nice. Let's see here what we got here. Good to see Lisa Anderson is with us tonight. Steve LaPointe is here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for popping in here. Now, we might break 100 viewers at the way we're going. You never know. It could happen. All right. Lacey Downing Jr. I'm no expert in this area, so take it as a grain of salt, but I don't think this issue with Iran is causing the shift in precious metals currently. Just my 2 cents. Yeah, I understand. I mean, right now, a lot of it is because of what the Fed is doing, but the oil is playing a role. It is having an impact. It's just having the opposite impact right now. But that could change, by the way. In fact, I may be doing a video talking about the bullish case for silver on the way down. How even if this bull run is over, that does not mean another one can't creep back up again. I like to look at really all sides as I can as possibilities to see what's going on. And I leave you to make the decision. Now, I kind of tend to doubt where I make my predictions and what's going to happen in between the year. And when I make the predictions for what could happen before the end of the year, at the beginning of the end of the previous year, those are separate things. But really, it all boils down to you have to have an understanding of the markets and what can move and drive the prices. A lot of different things happen and occur that are predictable, and a lot of things that are unpredictable. All right, very good. And let's see here. New piece 411 says here. By the way, should get some scammers to call us right exactly right now, but they've not done it yet. Those sons of biscuits. We'll see here if they do it. But I'm still staying on schedule. My buy day's purchase tomorrow. I'll buy an ounce per week. But at this rate, I might buy 2 and skip next week if it bounces up. That's being agile, being flexible with your dollar cost averaging. Yes, indeed. Way to go as we slurp our way through this broadcast. Appreciate it. Good to see you guys. Welcome. We got John Hukulak is here. Steve LaPointe is here. West Texas Stacker is here. Crystal Seth and Wicked Sticky Flowers is here. Welcome, Wicked Sticky. Good to see you, sir. Their Shadow Sun is with us. Good to see Angry Buff Stacker. A lot of people are saying $30 silver, $20 silver. All right. Okay, let's see here. It's all over the place where people are thinking. Tim's retired. Hang on to your silver. This drop is to scare people into giving up their metal. Demand will increase, and so will the price. Through these times, it's good to hold on to your silver with a, wait for it, diamond fist. All right. All right, very good. All right. All right, eWiki. We need eWiki to stick around because I want to spend a couple of minutes on the phone with the scammers. We are going to... hopefully I'll make it entertaining enough to keep eWiki here. We need eWiki to stick around during the scam calls. Yes, indeed. Good to see you guys. Welcome. All right, good to see you guys. Let's see here. We have Chivit 1991. We're in the middle of the low 70s for most of February, or did we forget that and it's gone up and down from the 90s and into the 60s several times. It's going to go through consolidation. The COMEX losing its reserves, trying to get rid of the paper silver. Yeah, well, the COMEX are not going to be rattled so easily. And a lot of that is because of the eligible category as opposed to the registered category, which really, in a sense, I mean, all that stuff can just move back and forth with a slip of paper. That's really basically what it boils down to. And they call those, I think, warrants on it, and that's really what's going on there, which means that it's highly unlikely you're going to break the COMEX. I mean, the numbers may not add up, but they don't need to add up because no one's going to test them on that. Not enough people are going to test them on that. Jim Winklebauer is here too. Appreciate you guys joining me here. Dirk Lavalier Spieler. I know I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but all right, let's see here. He says this, I would love to see silver at $50. If that's back up the truck time, my average cost per ounce right now is below 30, which includes the outrageous prices I pay for U.S. Mint products. I did not buy silver hoping to sell at a profit. I bought it to leave to my children, who are both grown now and doing very well for themselves. Neither needs it, and I have said that they might leave it to their children. Maybe I should sell and treat myself, but I won't. The time to sell was when it makes another big jump, when it takes them 15 years. All right, very good. We're all 15 seconds. Quite a drop from earlier. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dirk. I appreciate that, my friend. I can't control with the length of the commercials. You can always skip them if you see them, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here. And I will say this, too, talking about selling and treating yourself. Well, to me, holding the silver is a treat. You know, I mean, I have a 2-ounce silver coin here that I bought long ago when silver was trading for around $20 an ounce. And I enjoy it. I like looking at it. I might even lick it from time to time. That's right. Silver lick. Hashtag silver lick. Put that in the comment section. I'm not going to actually demonstrate what that looks like, but I may have been known to do that from time to time. Actually, to be honest with you, I've not done it yet, but I'm thinking about it. It's been in my mind to think about licking silver. But anyways, hashtag silver lick. See how many people do it. And if a lot of people do hashtag silver lick, that shows that I have command and control of my audience. You know what I mean? Think about that. And I need a pick-me-up today. I need to feel like a cult leader from time to time. You know what I mean? All right, let's see here. Trump coin looks like William Dafoe. I actually think it looks like, I did a video about it. My worst performing video of the year, by the way. Hands down, crazy. I thought for sure it'd get more views, but hey, nothing surprises me these days. I think it looks like Kenneth Copeland. I think it looks like Kenneth Copeland. There you go, JM Unleashed has got it. Wait till he hears what I just said about 20 seconds later. Oh my gosh, crazy. Yes, that's right, Steve C. Rest in peace, Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris was a legend, amazing man. Yes, indeed. May he rest in peace, Chuck Norris. All right. Publius F5 says the following here. Says maybe it's an issue with the strait is having an effect on those most actually affected non-U.S. on critical commerce through it. Perhaps it is leading to those in Eurasia to convert precious metals for fuel, food, opulence, and whatever, thus creating more supply and thus lower prices for metal futures. Local fuel in the USA will likely rebalance soon from oversupply not delivered through the choke point. Question is how to deliver more USA produced energy to somewhat friendly clients in Eurasia. Yes, I think that is going to be the big problem. They have to rethink all of that, recalculate the supply chain. They really should recalculate the supply chains. No one area should be the choke point. There should not be a choke point at all in the end here. All right. Let's press on up here. Go back to $50. There you go. Back to 50. And we'll see if it happens. Kenny Quinn says silver is the long game. People who started in January thinking it was going to the moon, I feel bad. Stores may be inundated with silver by next weekend if this keeps up. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll find out. I hope people don't panic sell on the way down. It's not a wise move, I don't think. Hang on to your silver, but that could happen. That would be bad. All right. All right, let's see here. We got Armitage 36. Armitage 36 says, I tested the waters today and bought my first peace dollar for $52. My local fishing hole ran out of the silver rounds and I only had the silver eagles left. Anyone else having a tough time finding silver rounds? And the Constitutional is getting thin. I don't think price is going to matter. People are buying it all up. Well, I hope that's the case. I hope people will buy during these dips on the way down, no matter where they get it from. We'll see here. All right, good to see Littlefoot Silver Stacker. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Check out Littlefoot's channel, by the way. Jay Melissa has been very kind to post a link to it. By the way, here is the prices, closing prices for the precious metals, in case you were wondering. Right there they are. As you can see, silver fell more than half, doubling gold's fall of 3.41%, and gold still under $4,500. Silver down $5 to $67.94, under $68. Platinum down 2.43%, 1934. Palladium 1432. Rhodium 11,400. Gold to silver ratio, in case you're wondering, 66.34. Honestly, that's around the average. That's around the average right now, so not too bad. And as is the case, whenever there's dips, think about and shop around to find some deals if you can, if you're in the mood to buy or if it's in your budget. But as you're looking around, check out Summit Metals, their website for all their services that they provide. Great customer service. And see what they have if it's right for you. All right, let's see here. And welcome, guys. Glad you're here. Let's get into this comment from one Mad Max. The military needs to restock, so the silver price will stay down. Need to keep expenses to a minimum. All right. Well, maybe that's the guy. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. They don't care what the price is, by the way. Military does not care what the price is. They're going to get it anyway. All right. We got the solution ODOT on this video says the following here. Let me get over to this to make this thing effective and efficient here. He says, don't let Warsh scare you. They all sing their song until they get next to the big guy, and the big guy's agenda is to lower rates, especially since the Fed's printers are running on overtime when this is a great buying opportunity because the flight to safety with the $40 trillion will eventually happen, pushing precious metals to new all-time highs. When the thing that you are stacking all of a sudden goes on sale, would you run and be scared, or would you dollar cost average into your position? You should dollar cost average in your position for sure. Yes, indeed. All right. Red Crawler. Believe it or not, I'm sticking with my prediction that I made at the beginning of the year. Even though it's unlikely, we're getting closer to it now. $3,700 is the low for gold, is what I had predicted at the beginning of the year. And it already reached my high for the year for both gold and silver, but the low we've not achieved yet. But I think that is possibly what could happen. I know people are laughing at that, but I think it's a possibility. Mm-hmm. Uh, all right. That's right, Red Crawler. Yeah, I talked about that the other day. Past 39 trillion. It's crazy what's going on. Sure is. Chris Wilka says those prospector rounds just made my gold fever kick back in. It won't last long these days, penning and sluicing the claim. Yeah. All right, there you go. Then keep stacking, buying the dip. That's right, KC. Helps your dollar cost average here for sure. And SC says there is absolutely no way that the Federal Reserve will raise rates, and not with the U.S. national debt surpassing $39 trillion. Well, you know what? It's now becoming something of a possibility. There are some people that are thinking it could happen. But I kind of am with you. I don't think they're going to do it. I think they'll probably leave them unchanged. Treasure Charger, you're making me want to buy some more Engelhard bars, Sal. You've been displaying them frequently here lately. Also like that Engelhard round. Awesome. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying those. Got to switch it up from time to time. All right. Mm-hmm. Let's move up to the next comment here from John Roseman. John Roserman says here, let me do this. Salvatore, I would love to see the spot drop to around $50 and hang out there for about 2 to 3 weeks. It's a possibility. Give the new stackers or old stackers a chance to make some money that bought on the high. 80s to get their money back. Prospector looks good. Thank you. Yes, it would be nice. See what happens. The problem is psychology gets the best of us on the way down. And some people think once it keeps falling, I'm going to wait for the dip for fall more. So if it drops down to $60, I'm going to just wait a little bit longer and buy when it goes to 55. Sal says 50, so I'm going to wait till then. But don't buy just based off of what Sal says. You don't know. Oh, wow. Thank you, J.M. Unleashed, for the 5 spot. He says, I hope everybody gets the opportunity to watch the Joe Rogan and Pierre Poilievre interview. Oh, interesting. Gives me hope for the future of North America. I like Pierre Poilievre. Yeah, that's great. I'll have to check that out. That will be cool. Thank you. Thanks for the reminder. I love the Apple interview. For those of you who don't know, you got to see where he's eating an apple and he answers that reporter. Let's give 5 push-ups for the great JM Unleashed, whose channel you should subscribe to. Check him out, JM Unleashed. Thank you. Here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. We got it. Made it in there. Yes, indeed, we did. Nice. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Good reminder. All right. And we've got Kurt Knorr says here, I'll tell you how I know it's going up tomorrow. It's going up because tomorrow is payday and I'll have extra cash to spend on silver. Hence the price will go up so that I get boned. Yeah, it sounds about right. By the time I get to the LCS, it'll be back up to almost 85 most likely. Kurt Knorr, yeah, I hear you. Well, you've been proven wrong here today, but hey, you lucked out this time. You know what I mean? Uck Bagney Young is here. Good to see John Knox. Good to see all of you guys. Glad you're here with us tonight as we continue to move through. Sans any scammers calling us. No scammers have called us tonight. I'm a little bit upset about that. And they should have called, but they didn't do it, these sons of biscuits. All right, Valerie Price says states can only mint physical coins for circulation under U.S. Constitution. I suppose they could mint specie and then lock them up, but why not keep them in bullion form if you're not planning to circulate coins? Interesting. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I think there are some special limitations there. Let me see if I can find. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. This is somebody that gave the number. We're going to give them a shot. See if they answer. I kind of doubt they will. Come on. It's ringing. It's ringing. That sound is the phone ringing. Let's see if they answer. Where desperate times call for me to call somebody, not for desperate measures. Desperate times call for accurate measures. Doesn't even go to voice. You know it's a scammer when it doesn't even go to a voicemail. It just rings. Or has it?
Reached the voicemail for 786.
Okay, it just has the thing for the number, so that's it. So, all right, well, no luck on that. No dice on that. All right. Son of a biscuit, you know what I mean? All right. Let's see what we've got going on here. All right, Surly says here, when everyone shut up, silver will go up. Don't let your enemies know and manipulate the silver. Keep really quiet. All right, well, I don't know. I don't think that's how the market works, because there's a lot of people that aren't shutting up. There's always people talking, and it's going to doesn't really matter. You know, I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, that won't happen. All right, bite me 4 zeros. Look, folks, we really need to stop focusing on the daily, weekly spot price of precious metals. It's all just noise. It's a waste of time. Focus on stacking, what to stack, how much to stack, when to avoid and how and where to store, where to find good deals and specials, how to trade precious metals, and so on. You know, stacking stuff. Too many of these YouTube channels have become addicted to spot price sensationalism, rumors, and prognostications. Well, bite me. I've got plenty of videos about how to stack and about all the things you talk about. They're the lowest amount of views because that is oversaturated. So what else do we have left is news on the precious metals. And yes, I do talk about what's going on during the daily trades or whatever a lot of times, and also other precious metal news. But I always talk about the fundamentals in those videos as well. So, but yep, we're doing it. All right. And I'm going to continue to do it. All right. New piece. If it stays under 80 by the end of the day tomorrow, I'm buying a 10-ounce bar. Well, let me know how that 10-ounce bar went for you because it did very, very well. You did very well because it went way under 80. The rocks are falling, says Steve Dunham. All right. And we've got this from Louis Strotter. Louis Strotter says here, metals going down for the next months. Costco Canada removed all bullion items from their website. Maybe they decided to buy more inventory. I don't know. We'll see. Very well could be. I don't know that Costco should be a measure. They're never consistent with what they've got in stock, by the way. Never. They never have been, never will be. All right, let's see here. And let's see here. Kendall Kidd says, it needs to go back to $15 an ounce so I can get some back, Uncle Sal. There you go. Although I don't think that's going to happen. Highly unlikely that's going to happen. All right, let's see here. Shanker. On the short-term charts, it appears a double bottom made it around $64, so it may test the upside resistance at 85. Maybe so, but of course that didn't happen either, at least not yet. All right. And we got Marky B. 366. Let's get over here to do this. He says, all the West is doing is giving in to India and China at a discount. This is going to come back and bite them soon. And wouldn't be surprised if COMEX and LBMA was thinking this move is going to save their arses. Well, it'll be very interesting to see how the East reacts to the prices going down. If they're going to continue to accumulate more and take advantage of the dip. That will be very fascinating to see how that plays out. All right, let's see here. By the way, good to see Dean R. is with us. Welcome, Dean R. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Tell Tony Erickson we said hello. We miss him. I know he's going to be doing his boat journey, along the Mississippi. We look forward to that. He's going to set up a YouTube channel with that. That'll be pretty cool to watch. All right. Let's see here. And let me peruse my way through this broadcast with some more fun and slurping and no scammers calling me. I really feel left out in the cold on this with the scammers, but that's the way it goes. All right, Brian Gage. I'm watching Elliott Wave analysis, and it says it will drop to 51 to 55. So that's when I'll buy around 52 to 55. Okay, so somebody agrees with me on that range here. Lloyd Jones says for the drop video from yesterday, which is still apropos because we saw another one today. Silver had a bad week. There's no other way around it. Lloyd Jones, I'm in it for the long haul. I don't care if silver prices reach $15. It's all a decoy so you can sell. Don't you do it. Remain steadfast, unmovable. It's going to recover. We are moving in the transfer of wealth, quantum financial system. It's moving to gold, silver, palladium, titanium, etc. You must have patience and a mindset not to endure. Hell, even Texas already have created their own gold and silver. So what does that tell you? That's right, exactly. And states are moving in that direction for sure. And with setting up recognizing gold and silver as legal tender, which is Article 1 section of the Constitution. So indeed, that's right. All right. Yeah. Coffee's lukewarm now, but that's okay. We're not dissuaded by that one iota. Mr. Driver 8. I'm hoping gold dips to 4K so I can soon stack up some more. There you go. Yeah, I'd like to do that too, but I'm all tapped out for now. Probably for a little while on gold. And it's crazy. All right. And we've got Scott Coachella says, look at the GAR still holding up the 63-ish, holding steady. I think you meant gold to silver ratio. That's a GSR. Typo there. Shama Lama, are you able to hear me now? If he's not able to hear me, he won't hear me ask that question. So somebody ask him if he can hear me. You know, he was having trouble the other night. But I've got no complaints tonight on the volume. All right, Bicentennial Baby, the buying opportunity is here. Pretty much everything, from the metals to crypto to the stock market, is down. Yep, except for oil. All right, it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out once everything settles with this. All right, good. He can hear me. Good. All right. Very good. All right. He can hear me. Good. All right, let's see here. All right, we've got this 2OP7577. If I was speculative about metals, I would follow the charts closely and reconsider the spread offered by the retailer and make moves all the time. But All-Site Vaults prohibits most frequent moves, but I am not, and rather want to protect myself against economic upset that can arise from now to my retirement. There you go. There you go. Yes, indeed. See what happens. Buy and hold for sure. All right. Ken Brown, were you ever a weatherman? Because they can't can crap either. You sound like a complete fool. Well, why don't you tell me where I'm wrong? If I'm a weatherman, where I'm wrong on this? I would love to know. Rather than make a statement like that, provide me some. I don't mind people that are critical, but you got to tell me where I'm wrong. And so far, you've not said that. And turns out the prediction I made in this video came true today. So Ken Brown, there that is. So I hope of course, he's going to be too lazy to come back and hear this response because likely he didn't watch that video or else he would have said something. Been specific. All right, Glassum Jet. They need silver there trying to flush out the loose hands. Could be, but I don't know. I think the supply chains are still an issue there. They're not going to get it anymore now that the price is down. I don't think that's the issue. But there may be some weak hands that are getting some of it out there, but we'll see. And by the way, who's they? I guess it would be the COMEX and the like. But silver and gold, plenty of events that are affecting most assets. Big money is opting for cash at the moment. Tomorrow is Friday, and it will spike up a little bit. Still refusing to trade my PMs at the current dollar rate. Awkward silver sizes for gold, definitely maybe. All right, thank you, silver and gold. Yeah, forget about it, says. Just noise along the bottom for silver. Silver is undervalued. It will be 1 to 10 GSR. Silver will be as stable as gold. Well, I'm sorry to disagree with you, but I do. And that GSR is completely unrealistic. We've talked about that many times. There's Dirk. He's in with a silver lick. Yeah, that was ways ago. He's listening from, I guess, earlier in the broadcast. But thank you, Dirk. All right, let's see here. We got Tim Lee. I don't think the manipulators will risk taking silver down much here, if any. Far too many new buyers wanting in. All about supply and demand, which is still a small part of the retail. The retail buyers are few in comparison. All right. All right. Yes, indeed. And let's see here. Loiter 564. I got junk silver, 48 face value, and of course I stocked up. Nice. Way to go. Michael Ulig says here about this. He likes my display on this video. Michael says, love all things Engelhard. Thanks for sharing the video and displaying the American Prospectors and Engelhard press bars. Do you have any Engelhard pour bars? I've got extruded bars, but I don't think I have any of the actual poured bars. All right. All right. Let's see here. Let us press on to the next comment here and see what we've got. We've got up here. Joe Wells says silver still needs to drop to $43 per ounce to normalize at $30 per troy ounce. All right. Well, I don't think that it's going to get down to that. I think 50 is going to be the new low. But I guess it could drop. I don't think it's 30. I'm fairly confident we're not going to see $30 being the new low. All right. Very good. Let's see here. Andrew says this. I never bought any paper silver. I only do tangible. But right now would be an amazing time to buy some paper silver. The tangible is true spot, and no matter how much they try to pencil it with going to rubber band it back through the roof. Yeah, and I have no qualms with people buying the paper silver ETFs, but I think everybody should have physical in their possession. But if you want to get into the paper markets, remember it's just exposure to the price of silver, not silver itself. You're never going to cash it in for actual silver, which is why I always encourage folks to get physical silver in their stack to complement that paper silver. All right. Andrew also says buy paper futures and hold. There you go. He's saying it right there. Exactly right. Hold on to the tangible for sure. Michael K. Hold your gold and accumulate when makes sense. That's right. That's right, Michael K. Wise words. All right. Let's see here. What do we have here? We've got Maria. A great show. It's interesting explaining how gold has been affected by the crisis in the Middle East. It sure has. Yep, even gold has. Selling at a discount, especially right now with the prices going down. I wonder if they're selling it for even less now with a glut of gold there in Dubai. It seems to me that things have got to get better soon in the Strait. And just nuts. All right, let's see here. Let's press on upward here and see what we've got with Andrew. I got into minerals because of silver and copper. Interesting. Okay, cool. I collect copper and silver minerals and crystals. Cool. That said, Iran has a huge missile stockpile on an island made of limestone and salt, impervious to bombing. Loving silver and mineralogy, I think our new U.S. Space Division needs a geology department because Rick told Morty, literally everything is in space. A solid state laser aimed at that location would melt both salt and sand and limestone. It would be the equivalent effect of hitting Florida with the same laser. It would literally the center of the ocean collapse and flash froze everything. Interesting. Interesting indeed. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. And Mojave Gold on this video from this morning. If you guys get a chance to check this video out as well, did not get very many views, but it could have if things get worse, could have a pretty big impact on what's going on with gold down the road. War or no war, I can't even imagine how exciting it would be to shop that gold souk in Dubai. I'm trying to avoid watching the unsettled market right now unless I'm actively looking to make a purchase. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, with these prices falling, it's getting like a more like a deal, but I got to hold out for a couple of reasons, or else I'd make a purchase too. But anyways, Paul Form Earth. Online deals have 45 business day wait times. That's 9 weeks. And I'm telling you what happened before these orders get filled. The mints will hopefully be setting deals directly with miners before the above ground storage markets run dry. Well, I've never heard that far out. I know Scottsdale, if you buy directly from Scottsdale, it's 4 to 6 weeks. And I have an order with them that I'm still waiting on. And it's been well over a month ago. But yeah, it's crazy. But I don't know if anybody else has got that long of a lead time. I think things are actually starting to settle back down with the industry now. Tan Man Gold says a little high to buy for me. Waiting for 4K this summer. Could be. Well, you're $500 off of that about. Tony Bones here with this. It's the buyer's market finally. Dropped even more today. It'll be more telling other precious after precious reopens mid-Sunday again to see if it dropped more or went back up. Be awesome to see a housing market crash type drop again for the buyers. Double-edged sword though. True that. Well, we'll be here every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We are here and we are watching the markets open up. This channel has been the most consistent on watching the markets open up on Sunday. So I hope you will join me then. Appreciate you all being here with me tonight, definitely, as we press on. We got Bill457. Is Bill with us? He usually pops in these live streams. We appreciate Bill. Let me get over here to be as effective as possible if I can. So Bill says, time to get to Dubai and buy and watch out for the drones and hide. Dubai, those Iranians have everything in a bind from gas prices to gold. Indeed they do. It's crazy. It sure is. All right, there you go. All right, let's see here. Mayo Monkey is with us here tonight too. Good to see you. Eagles Harley is with us here. Appreciate you popping in here tonight. All right, and let's see here. The Oklahoma Twister says the system is absolutely totally manipulated, controlled by the powerhouse institutions like J.P. Morgan, Merrill Lynch, Chase Bank, etc. 100% manipulation of the markets. All right, well, you're not alone in that feeling. But I believe, even though there may be some manipulation going on, the natural market is an extremely powerful force. And that's not going to change anytime soon. Good to see Master Blaster. He thinks that gas prices will not drop until just before Election Day. Well, by then it'll probably be too late. Early voting and stuff like that. So they got to get them down long before that, because that will have certainly an impact indeed. As they're getting scary, starting to get pretty scary high right now. And like I said, I don't think the War Department, I don't think the intelligence, I think they underestimated Iran's ability to have that much of an impact on the Strait, and they underestimated other aspects. And again, I am a realist in that respect also, but I'm not discounting the great progress that we've made as well in the strikes against Iran. But they still have other capabilities, as I've heard that they've shot down 2 F-35s. That's a pretty big deal, especially considering that they said we have total dominance of the skies. 1 or 2 hits, maybe it was over, maybe they flew a little too low, over a little bit too cocky, and they found a way to get them, and it was a chance thing, but still, there's an ability to fight back that I think that we're missing out there. All right, let's see here. Ian, I bet we see decoupling from the dollar and the PMs in the near future till about a year out. At least that's my speculation. Please crash it more. I want more. Time for this illusion to end. All right. We'll see if you think that's the case, but don't bet on it. I think that's the thing. When you hold precious metals, You got to think worst case scenario for a longer point of time. That's having a diamond fist holding on to your precious metals, no matter what we may think. Questy 1. I think this war is and will continue to be a disaster for the U.S. that will do lasting damage to the U.S. reputation. Well, I don't think that's the case. But anyway, from what I'm reading, Iran is offering our allies oil if payment is made in Chinese yuan. If this were to become the norm, it will devastate the U.S. economy since oil is globally traded in U.S. dollars. Regardless, all the more reason to load gold. True, but I don't think Iran is in a position to do much like that. I don't think I've heard that, but Iran is getting their rear end kicked. No question about that. But the United States is also underestimating some of the resistance there in terms of their missiles and ability. So, but make no mistake, by any objective measure, Iran is getting destroyed big time. But there's some fight left in it, and it's fight's lasting a little longer than I thought that they thought it would be. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, that's right, Red Crawler. That's true. You got to weigh both sides, and I like to look at both sides, but I do think that I'm erring on the side of what we know, even from Iranian media, talking about the mullahs and all these people dying. They're admitting that that's happening. But anyways, all right. I am Co says this. Sal would like to state this just to double down. My bet is not on technical analysis, inflation, etc. And my bet is the world is going to get out of the dollar at an accelerated rate. We're on a clear path to isolation with Israel at the helm. We are fighting a war inside the U.S. as well as our enemies and allies. This is not going to end well. Well, Israel's not at the helm. We're working with Israel to destroy the regime. But make no mistake, the vast majority of the world is actually happy that this is happening because that regime has been awful for the last 47, 50 years. It's been a nightmare, and we're now causing great damage to it. And what's going to happen? Who's going to take over? That is unclear. That's what we don't really know. Could it just be once this is all said and done? Will the IRGC and the theocratic extremists take over again? Will there be imams, 12th imamers coming in there? I could, but they'll be greatly weakened if they do. They won't be able to do nearly as much. We'll see how it plays out. Will the people be able to rise up? I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But nonetheless, there's not going to be a massive de-dollarization, a quick de-dollarization. The dollar is actually up. The dollar is strengthening right now with all this going on. So, but anyways, all right. Yeah. Let's peruse our way through here a little bit more and see where else we can go with this. All right. The Iranians use heat-seeking missiles to hit the F-35s. They run hot. Okay. Interesting. And they're supposed to be stealth, aren't they? That's the thing. And let's see here. Steve Blast says, can't even leave the metals alone. Always some fabricated BS happening, taking the enjoyment out of it, just like everything the elite scumbags do. All right. I'm not sure what message you're trying to send there, but anyways, who can't even leave the metals alone? Not sure. Javier Corral. Trump said the war will end soon. You can put your money on the facts being completely the opposite. Well, Trump does tend to over-exaggerate some things, but my guess is it'll probably be somewhere. If he says 4 to 5 weeks, it may be 6 to 8 weeks. Still, that would be a very short war if that's the case. All right. All right, thank you. Very good, Sham. I ordered some new speakers. Nice, thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see here. And where are we at? Cody Pettigrew says, I bought sub $500 an ounce. Just got 3 quarter ounce eagles near $3,500. It's all savings is all. I said the same at 1100, 2000, and just you are in it. You are in. Find a good time to buy what you can. I'm trying. Sometime the absolute top, the absolute bottom is extremely dangerous. Yeah, that's right. Trying to time this is very difficult to do. Indeed, it is. All right. Let's see here, and let's see what we've got here with Helen Helgasoni says this here. You can buy more materials from the government systems games. No one is stopping you from killing yourselves when you need emergencies money. Then how do you know what the price is to sell for your emergency needs? You lose the job or you need the money for health insurance, and then how much you can get to waiting for your investments back up your own hands for your greed. I have really no clue what that means. I'm sorry. Good thing is to be prepared. Have some money on hand to be prepared. Maybe that's what you're saying. If that's what you're saying, I agree with you. You need money for emergency purposes, for sure. Have a savings account set aside for that so you don't have to liquidate your silver or gold at a loss. You don't want to take a loss on your precious metals if you can afford to. All right. Sean, Dubai can ship it to my house. It will be safe here. Until then, I buy the dips. Got 20 kangaroos today and an ounce of gold yesterday. Way to go. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right. Let's see here. Let's move on through. This is from this morning's video. By the way, I posted 3 videos today. Broke some news. I think I'm the only channel that talked about the breaking news on the Trump gold coin. Hope you will check that video out as well. This is it right here. There will be a Trump coin with a surprise. It's more than one surprise. So I hope you will check that video out. It says, I'm pooling a fund to buy these in a single entity. Later I will redistribute them with like a new car leaving the lot. You can have the silver. All right. Thank you. We'll see here. Will they do a silver metal version? It's quite possible they could. It is quite possible they could. All right. We've got PDX Eddie. Darn it. I couldn't get my trade account up fast enough to bet against the metals so I can make money to buy more physical. Hope you all have better luck. Interesting. Okay. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see. Let me press on through here to the next comment. On the Trump video, Trump coin video that I posted a video on earlier today that you can check out if you want. It says it's a psyop. What happened to all the silver shortage, says Joe Smith. All of a sudden, new silver has been found and mined. All BS. All these channels are worthless. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Joe Smith, but you're commenting on a video that did not talk about silver at all. So I don't know. These people, some of these people are just odd and strange, and I don't know what's up with people, but it's crazy. People like that, I don't even know how they're able to connect to the internet with a comment like that. It's just it's so asinine. It's ridiculous. Didn't even talk about that on this video. John the Machine, they should put BB on their obverse. He's a real president. That's one of the things. I mean, that's falling for propaganda media. If anything, anyways. But anyway, all right. SH says Trump is the greatest president since Abraham Lincoln. The coin's design should be better. Yeah, I think the coin's design should be better, but there's a fan. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Trump coins low. It drives the left crazy. Bring it on. There you go. It sure does. And there's a lot of them that come to this channel, too, that hate Trump. There's a lot of Trump hate out there. TDS, big time. Thank you, JM Unleashed, for new stackers. Posting a link to the playlist. Thank you, JM Unleashed. Appreciate you posting that. All right. And by the way, I should do more push-ups, too. Oh, thank you. CCT posted a link to the video on the Trump coin. Thank you so much, CCT. I pin that. Thank you. And let's see here. We've got this from Gordon Klee. It says, why not? This is our cultural revolution. Roosevelt, Kennedy have lasted too long for what they did and didn't accomplish. Bring back CBK, the arrows, get rid of the woke And the divisive spirit, bring back Lincoln, bring back a larger penny. There you go. All right, thank you. Red Crawler, Sunday will be epic market watch. I think the Fed will have an emergency rate cut next week. Oh, wow. Now that would be something. We'll see. We shall see that happen. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be massive if they did that. You want to talk about gold and silver spiking big time? That would be the case. Premium, says Lulu Lucky. Premiums are normally a turnoff, but I will make an exception for a Trumpy PM. He has diamond fists. That's right. He's got diamond fists for sure. All right, this is one of my favorite thumbnails that I've ever done with my Photoshop program. It's a big chunky bar in a silver mine that I've got there, sitting in a silver mine. And somebody commented on this video. We're going to answer this comment. 10 largest silver mines in the world. So Ernest says, it's time for the mine owners to stop selling their cheap silver to these crooks and must piss these owners off that these crooks are making 20x more than they make on an ounce of silver. It would piss me off to know that they are doing it, but they are originally criminally rigging it. Well, First Majestic has done selling directly to the public themselves and also through First Mint. So they do sell directly, but they sell it at spot price. They're not selling it for their all-in sustaining costs with a premium. They're selling it at a spot price and a premium. If they want to really undercut, they could do that. They could sell cheap silver, but they don't. That's the thing. But hey, you want to get silver directly from the mine, you know exactly where it came from. You could buy it from First Mint or First Majestic. I have some of that silver, shown it on the channel many, many times. 79 is here. She's passing the baby oil to Dean. Maybe if there's enough left over, I'll get some baby oil as well. I can rub it all over myself. All right, that would be nice. And Peter Matthews says here, seems like putting a living person on a coin is kind of weird. The United Kingdom has been doing it since the 1100s, I think, or the last century, millennia, actually. But hey, it's a one-off type of deal. My LCS offered me Obama silver rounds for $3 under spot. All right, there you go. All right, there we go. Let's see here. All right, what do we have here? We've got room temperature coffee. It's not lukewarm. Now it's room temperature. The next phase will be slightly chilled or cold. All right, Hicks Billy, what would happen if they decided to make that a $5,000 1-ounce gold coin? That would be very interesting, and technically they could. That would be fascinating if they did that. Need a lubed fist silver round. There you go. That's right, a lubed fist for the oil. It's the P. Diddy version. It's a special limited edition. All right. Just saying, the bottom of the E goes into President Trump's head. Yeah, and that's not necessarily uncommon. We've seen that happen before. Look at the Kennedy $50 for an example of that. We see the same thing there. Peter Shaver says, now that he betrayed his base, no thanks. Well, I don't think he betrayed his base. He's been talking tough on Iran for a long enough time, and he did try to negotiate with them for a long time. And pretty much since he got into office, he's been trying to negotiate with him. And of course, everything heated up, this year with the negotiations. And but there's a strategy there. And I'm totally with Trump on what's going on with Iran, because it's not just about Iran. It's about China. It's about Russia. It's about it's about resetting the entire situation. And with our allies. And there's going to be a little bit of pain with the changes he's making, but I think in the long run it's going to do well. Just Sam, Crisis of Life, the Armored Saint. I have to check that out again. I'm not as I know Armored Saint, but I'm not as familiar with their material. I have to check that out. But thank you, Victor. Now back to the news clip from the Houston Rodeo. Okay, it must have been something that showed on the screen. Yes, maybe so. All right, let's see here. We've got this from Merlin's Fire on the Trump coin. That's coming. And by the way, a clad version could still be coming as well. CoinNews.net did a thing on that. I thought this was replacing that clad coin, but that would be pretty interesting to see if there's a clad coin as well. All right, Trump under the word liberty, and we think Americans don't get irony. The man determined to remove liberty from as many people as possible. How so? How is Trump removing liberty from people? Especially considering the last presidential administration we had. On the branch by the eagle's feet looks like a Jess. On the tame of the pet bird, you just got that there's the bell floating in the midair and it's a perch. The other thing is that it doesn't look like Trump. Perfect. All right, so another person does not like Trump, okay. All right, yeah, 79, this is going to be an actual coin. Now, they may make silver rounds, but the size and the denomination to be determined. Ryan J. says, could have done better with the design. Yes, I think so too. Jaden of Fright says, on the Trump coin video that I did, says this here, the largest gold coins ever made by the United States Mint were the 1915 S Panama Pacific Gold $50 coins weighing 83.59 grams and containing 2.419 troy ounces of fine gold. Interesting. Okay, wow. Thank you for that. I forgot about those. I didn't know they were that big. Their composition was 90% gold alloy with 10% copper. Their diameter was around 44.7 millimeters. Two versions were available in round shape or octagonal shape. Each $50 gold coin weighed 2.5 times more than the gold double eagle. Wow. Which would make sense since it's $50 denomination back then. Thank you. All right. Very good. Fias Mikirza. Prepare to barf. My money is not going to increase the wealth of the Trump family. Well, I don't think Trump's going to profit from this. All right. Let's see here. All right. CCT says, I'm sure there will be many people wanting one and equally as many that would not. That's right. Saying that in the comment section here. DeVille Sai says, I'm currently in Taiwan and no gold shops or dealers are willing to sell the physical gold at the crushed price. Their price is 20% above the spot price now. Wow. So it's not happening there in Taiwan. What's going on there? It's just only in Dubai at this point in time. All right. Bozo, I would hope the image of Trump on the coin is better than the ugly line drawing. I doubt it will be worth the ginormous premium the Mint will put on it. Yes, indeed, that's right. Especially with a $900 premium in these gold coins. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. All right. Yes, indeed. Where are we at here? Yeah, the buck stops here. That was not the largest gold coin. It was one of the next largest size gold coins, the 100 kilo Canadian, one of 12, I think, were made. And it was stolen from a museum in Germany. They ended up melting it down, but they did end up getting caught. But that was what that was about. I have the 1 ounce version of that coin, by the way. 5/9 pure gold. Tony Bone says this. It's starting to look like a buyer's market instead of the seller's market that it's been for the last 2 to 3 years. It's a double-edged sword for gold buyers to watch gold go down because we want it for a great deal, but we also lose our gains or hedges from inflation when it goes down. Ultimately, personally, I'm not a selfish person, so with that being said, I don't want to get rich off of the majority suffering or while the majority suffers. No, I hear you on that. I understand. That is the psychology of it. Indeed, you are right about that. Let's explore. That's right, Tiki Man. It's what we attempt to do every day on this channel. Better than I thought it would look. All right, so there you go. So Alan is pleased with the design. HDTV says it's terrible. All right. Doesn't like the design of the coin. So two opposite opinions there. Molly Russell's Ward says metals crashing hard again today. Must be that manipulated. Yes. Exactly. 300% over spot probably. Yeah. Well, I hope not that much, but it will be a heavy premium because it will be very limited mintage. 11 WW22 with some emoticons here on that video here that we did on Trump. I hope you will check it out. CCT has been very kind to post a link to it. It's pinned at the top of this chat. Hope you will check it out when we're done here. So, by the way, I stand ready to do more push-ups if duty were to call in that direction. I might do some anyway to get the blood flowing. So, Dean Engoldstone, the coin will be a constant reminder that my energy bill is going to double this summer, along with food and everything else that needs energy to provide services. I'll have one. Well, hopefully it won't last that long, but at this rate, it's still going strong. It's still staying up. So I don't know. We'll see here. I hope you're wrong on that, but we'll see. Douglas Keeler, not a coin without a denomination, but still it's a shame that a standing president is on a piece of metal. Yeah, and it will get. These are just renderings without because the denomination has not been determined yet. Douglas, it's actually illegal if you check congressional records. I like President Trump, but come on, really. Well, technically, it's not under the legislation for these coins. It will allow for that, so it's not illegal. And by the way, as I mentioned in the video, Coolidge did it in 1926, so it was legal then, and it can't happen now. It's for other commemorative coins, and for circulating coins, it's not legal for circulating coins. But I think for this situation, they did make an exception, giving the Secretary of the Treasury leeway for that. Travis, sorry, I voted for no new wars in America first. All right, and people have their opinions. That's fine. Would this not be a clipped Liberty Bell? That too, Pauline Morgan. In fact, you really have to look close to see that it's a Liberty Bell. But anyways, is that William Defoe? Actually, I think it could be William Defoe, but I think it looks more like Kenneth Copeland. All right. H.H. Onubi says it will probably be low until they settle with cash. What's your opinion? Yes, I think so. We'll see how that plays out, but settlement occurs. But remember, the warrants just really settle moving slips of paper from one silver bar to the next. Cybercurrent Twitcher, my friend over there said he would be ready to buy again at $3,700. Yes, Al, I'm still in touch with 24K after all these years, and we speak regularly. That's awesome. Very, very cool, CCT. Is CCT still here? Because 24K popped in one of these live streams recently. Not recently, but maybe 6-7 months ago. And he was very kind. I probably shouldn't have asked this, but I asked anyway because I knew how much he loved gold, and he's shown some of the cool pieces he had, but he was very kind to disclose that he had over 400 ounces of gold at the time. I was like, wow, that would be awesome to be able to have that much. But he lives in that area. That is awesome that he's still in contact with him, and that's cool. We'd love to know what he is doing, still stacking, and what he's buying. He used to have a channel that posted semi-regularly as well with some of the stuff, especially considering where he's at. So we'd love to get his thoughts on what's going on with gold now. Thank you, CCT. Thomas Hammock says, maybe he meant large, like kilo or 100 ounce or coin. That is possible, but boy, I hope that would make it out of reach for everybody, almost everybody. Crazy. Matt Bittner with an algorithmic emoticon, which we appreciate on this video. Need all the help I can on this one. This is my worst performing video of the year. Hopefully you can change that and share it to everybody. We'll see here. All right. I'm going to do some push-ups. I know we don't have super chats coming in, but I'm going to do some push-ups anyway. I got to get some little bit of the blood flowing here tonight. Let's see here. We got to make it happen. Here we go. Let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I said I'd do 5, and I did 10. So I really felt strongly about getting the blood flowing. You know what I mean? I just felt that strong about it. So there it is. All right. But that won't count if somebody sends a super chat or a PayPal. I'll still do more, but I just had to get the blood flowing. All right. Would like one if I can afford one. Yeah, it'd be very interesting. My guess is they'll probably make silver medals of it as well. Very good. All right. Okay, there we go. So CCT says 24 24K has many kilo bars of gold, but has sold some at the high. Nice. He did very well. That is awesome. Very cool. Wow. Amazing. Who wants chump change? All right. Or Trump change in this case. Trump change. Oliver Delark says here, all okay. We need more crash so we can buy cheaper and prosper. There you go. Get on the dip. Oh, the canal. Thank you so much. 10 more. There he is. Thank you, my friend. Let's give you 10 more. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Aye, aye, sir. 10 more for the canal. Thank you so much for that super chat. Very, very much appreciated. Here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that'll do it. We're going to get into definitely getting the circulation going now. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that so very, very much. Very kind of you indeed. All right, let's see here. And let us navigate to the next comment from Oliver. I love gold. Please low as you go so I can buy more. There you go. Buy on those dips for sure. There's just something about gold that's pretty cool, you know. I mean, really is a special metal. Shamalanga. I wonder how much of a premium this one will be. $500 each coin? No. It's going to be $900. That's about what the premium is now for the gold coins. If it's 1 ounce, that is. So yeah, I wish it was $500. Crazy. All right, let's see here. Okay, coffee is officially cold now. Went from room temperature to cold. And let's see what we've got going on right here. We got Steve Newberry there just shaking out the weak-fisted stackers. Indeed they are. Maybe so, maybe not. Okay, this is the video that I did this evening here with Kerry Tarum with some algorithmic emoticons on this one. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that. And Not One AU says, nope, nothing like 1980 or 2011. The older the dollar gets strong, silver goes down. The dollar gets weak, silver goes down. I've heard both said in the last couple of days. Which is it? Or is it just like any other excuse? Excuses are like a-holes. Everybody has them. And they all stink. Well, it can be both, and it is both. We see that happening a lot where that happens. But yes, indeed. Yeah, I need a thermos to keep it warm. That's true. You're right, Jay Melise. I think I can still slurp out of a thermos, right? Because I just have an open air coffee mug here. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? Jeff Shaw, I just hope that the mint doesn't raise the price on silver coins the rest of the year. Yeah, I know. It's insane, the prices that they've, especially for the clad coins. It's absolutely nuts. Highway robbery all the way around. It's insane. I did a video about a specific topic here. They make thermos mugs. There you go. That's right. Imagine a small fraction of people who even own a gold 24-karat buffalo. Yeah, probably not very many people in the grand scheme of things. All right, Jason Bronco. It's not a coin. It's a cult participation trophy. What a bunch of lemmings that want to buy this POS. Hopefully it's limited to 1 of 1. It's given to him and going to be given away. All right. Well, yeah, TDS is strong with some people, but it will be a coin. That's for sure. All right. Brian Gage says, the most corrupt, disgraceful Congress passed coin of all time. I want one. Too bad I'm not rich in currency. And dipped wings of an eagle represents the damage he and his Fox host, meathead, and billionaire buddies have done to our country. So fitting, just missed the colorized version. Orange skin. I gotta admit, I'm a little surprised it doesn't say Trump and Trump we trust. All right. So another person who hates Trump. All right. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Halloween. Yeah, Halloween's got good stuff. Thank you. And let's see here. Metallica fan. I just did a video a few weeks ago showing charts of after wars that would tank down 6 months or so later if it would take off way higher. I'm hoping for that stat. If not, I just watched a lot of money this year buying when I could have waited. Yeah, hindsight, or the past performance does not necessarily predict future performance, but it is possible. Looking at trends, it's good to look and see what's happened in the past, as it might give you some indication of where it could go. It sure could. All right, let's get over here. Let's see what's going on. Ben Dragon. He says on this video here, I don't sell physical silver. Mid-30s in age myself, so he's mid-30s. I did sense a disturbance a few days ago and sold off all my precious metal stocks. The physical in my safe is still worth well above what I paid for 4 years ago. If the price of silver does crash, I'll start stacking again. This rapid rise followed by a crash over the past 5 months happened exactly as I thought it would. I really feel for anybody that bought above $50 an ounce in silver or over $4,300 an ounce in gold. Still, I think those of us who stack precious metals aren't hurting as bad as the crypto rose. Yeah, I think so too. And I bought silver and gold above those numbers, mainly because I really don't know where it's going to go. But I did somewhat predict this would happen too, to some extent. But I'm never as confident as many people are about what they think is going to happen. I'm telling you what I think is going to happen, but I really don't know either what's going to occur. But so far, it's playing out as I kind of thought it would. Cheap Laugh Kennedy says, back in the 70s, gold was a barometer and indicator of troubling issues when rise under those conditions. Now that's all out the window for various mischievous actions. It's disgusting, yeah. We've talked about that in today's video, by the way, a little bit. But Rob Stands Hope, appreciate the thumbs up, sir. Need all the help I can get in the videos today. They have not been doing very well, so thank you for that. Robert Klein says this here. Not necessarily a response to SM, but to people in general. I've noticed people get really pessimistic at any time the price twitches lower. Unless you think our debt is going to go down, inflation, money, printing is going to stop, and world peace is on the horizon. Who cares? Enjoy the ride. If it goes up, you've made money. If it goes down, congratulations. An item you want is on sale. You literally can't lose. The only losers are the people who don't buy any at all or sell at a loss. A good point, Robert Klein. Good point indeed. Okay. Me when I'm a narcissist. Okay, static collapse. Let's explore Tiki Man. Thank you, Tiki Man. Appreciate it. Kurt Noor says the following on this video. Market report, which I was hoping would do better than my other videos today, but it did not. Hey, I was actually able to buy today. On a side note, I think there's no way we can do a technical analysis for this. They're trading paper like Haktua coin. Physical price needs to separate from paper price right about when it is now would be okay. Everyone would need to participate, though. Refineries, private sellers, anyone who sells silver would need to say enough of this nonsense. Physical costs $70 and we're no longer look at whatever futures say for price. Supply and demand only. Even if it falls from here, it'll be better in the long run. They're just day trading, robbing people, and it's affecting the physical market too much. There's no reason for precious metal futures market. None whatsoever. 400 paper ounces to 1 real ounces is out of control. If they did this with corn, we'd all starve. Yeah, it is crazy. I never ever understood why they have that so out of whack for those markets. All right. Thanks, Sal. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate it very much for watching this video and commenting. And we got Balsam and Justin. Our Bozeman Justin says here, only an idiot, a complete moron, would entertain the idea that silver rally is over at the most necessary metal in the world. Well, call me an idiot then. Nobody wants it except everybody wants it. Everyone can tell this is BS. I'm telling you, I've been in the market long enough that what I've seen and what's going on right now, it's highly unlikely that that we're going to see $100 silver again this year, unless something dramatic changes. I don't see that happening. But Frank Pizzo, solar panel, de-dollarization, printing money. Yep. Blah, blah, blah to your comment, too. 867 Diesel, hope it does drop back down to the 40s and level off for a while. I'd still be doing pretty good with how much I got before the price. And I didn't get much over 50, but I did stack on the way up and I'll stack on the way down. I'm holding it for the next 40 years. Way to go. I need to not, the ones that I don't like, I'm not going to have to, should not be pressing the heart button on. Silver sucks. Okay. You must just be a brand new stacker, or you started stacking at $121 silver. You're certainly new to the channel, because if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, I've been talking about how this could happen, and I'm talking about the value of silver beyond its price. So, let's see here. All right. Stir up a little bit more coffee here. Hello, Silver Day. It's good to see you. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Let's move over here to this. Taking a long nap on buying silver. Okay, David Davy. Sometimes that's okay, even if the price goes down. Depending on what your situation looks like. Everybody's situation is different. And Anthony Alba says here, to fall this hard, there has to be billions being dumped in the market, perhaps tens of billions of silver alone. It used to be 1 or 2 billion for silver to drop a few dollars only. They will use the war as an excuse, no doubt, but we all know they're boxed in with shorts to unwind, and they're trying to. Yeah, it could be, but there's other drivers that are playing a role too, and I think the biggest ones are what I talked about in that video. All right, Steve C. We'll run over. That sucks. Well, and it may not be over. I kind of really posed it as a question, but the first sign is there with silver closing. The technicals are telling us here that with silver closing under $70 an ounce, that's not a good sign. They're going to be resting on this over the course of the weekend, digesting that price now. It's not a good sign. But Willa is liking the pullback in prices. That's the right attitude to have. If you're a long-term stacker, you look at these as gifts. You're not dissuaded in any way, shape, or form from stacking, because you know the long-term fundamentals are there for gold and silver. Not a temporary condition, says Mayo Monkey. It may not be. This could be a situation that could last a long time. All right. Thank you, Mayo Monkey. I thought Mayo Monkey was in here earlier as well. Ken Waltz, 75.77. With this comment, dollar strength is a joke, as the national debt will soon top 50 trillion, which will crush the dollar. Well, Ken Waltz, if you would have said that, when the national debt was 20 trillion, and that it would, once the national debt goes up to $30 trillion, it would crush the dollar, I would have believed you. But I don't believe you now, because look at the dollar now. It's 40 trillion. The dollar strength is going up. Because remember, what is the dollar strength compared to other currencies? We're the cleanest of the dirty shirts in the laundry pile. That's it. But there is something to be said for it. Something to be said for that. So we've got them. So we got these freaking dollars. All right, let's see here. All right, almost done with this coffee here. I feel like I need to do more push-ups. All right. Let's see here. Bonnie Laughlin. I hate being realistic. I know, I hear you. it's good to be, you can still be optimistic as well as realistic. You really can. I still believe in silver just as much as I did when it was $121 an ounce, and just as I did when it was $13 a troy ounce. Copperhead 2534 says this: it is fugly and does not portray him well, nor is the overall design attractive in the least. It's sad that we can not find a more skilled artist for our coinage. Longing for the Morgan. Yes, I know, I hear you. Well, I like the other designs for the clad coins, which still may come, by the way. We'll see. It'll be very interesting to see how this all pans out at the mint. It will be very interesting to see. All right. Let's see here. Let us press on to this from SH on the market report that I did this evening. Says, when did the dollar regain even half of its value? Until that happens, even the bull run for gold and silver is just a beginning. Let's not soon forget that the listed price is entirely disconnected from the physical price. I hear you can't just buy silver for less than $100 an ounce. India no longer has using the Crimex. Well, India is just for their money market, for their mutual funds accounts, some mutual funds accounts. It's not totally disrupted from that. And by the way, you can get silver for less than $100 an ounce, way less than for $100 an ounce. All you got to do is just go to any bullion dealer like Summit Metals, and let's take a look at the prices. Look at that, way under $100 an ounce. And these are pretty good prices, I would say. So yeah, there's plenty of silver to be had for well under $100 an ounce. So there that is. Okay. Let's get back up here to Lowen Montplaisir. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but forgive me. He says, I did sell some silver in January, but it was from 1999, so nice spread. Now I'm ready to add again. In the past, I just went up so fast I didn't trust it, but I know when it dips, I can go up really fast. So good luck, everybody. Have a great week. Yes, indeed. All right. All right, thank you so much, Cybercurtain Twitcher. He's got to head to bed. He's got a busy day tomorrow. See you Sunday. Thank you, CCT, for being here. Appreciate you, my friend. Have a good night's sleep. I see I'm up 300% more or less. There you go. Well, way to go. Still up from the time you've been stacking. That's awesome. So $50 is coming. The bull is dead. And I'm not necessarily ready to completely write it off yet. We have a strong sign that we may be seeing the beginning of the end. For now, at least. Who knows? Michael Otts 580 says here, strong dollar compared to weaker currencies around the world. It's still a weaker currency than when it was on the gold standard. It sure is. You're right. Compared to gold, it's always going to be weak. Gold is always going to win compared to the dollar. No question about that. You are right. All right, let's see here. Thank you, Jay Mullies, for posting a link to CCT's channel. And, all right, very, very good. And let's move on up to the next comment here. 50 inbound. So Brian believes we're going to see $50 soon as well. Okay. Scottish Blacksmith says here, I'm still ahead due to cost averaging over the last 5 years. I'm holding strong. That's the way to do it. Hold on strong. Good idea. Consolidation. It could be consolidation. That is quite a possibility. Michael K says, seems like a lot of the paper, silver, and gold being sold. In my opinion, I believe higher energy prices are long-term bullish for the metals. Yes, I agree with that too, long-term bullish. I may be talking about that in a video soon, because this may just be temporary with regards to that if things continue the way they are. All right, let's see here. Molly Russell's Ward says, you don't hear much from the dollar is dead nuts lately. Silver is what's dead now. Well, and I don't believe silver's dead, but certainly the dollar is not dead. Silver is just down from where it was, but thank you. That's right. And Trump train. There we go. That's right. Thank you. And let's see here. Silver Surfer on this market report video says the following. Don't let the bank criminals shake you out. JP Morgan and other banks don't want us owning precious metals to protect our wealth. They want it all. Even if silver bullion drops to $10, do not sell. This is a trap. I bought 2 gold sovereign coins and some fractional silver pertaining earlier. The price is still dropping, and I'm still buying a few more. Summer will all be revealed. All right, interesting, Silver Surfer. Congratulations on being able to make these purchases on the way down. And you believe we're going to see it climb back up again. Omega stacking, silver will keep falling down until be very easy to buy more silver, or just keep stacking more silver, everybody. There you go. Stack and hold, I believe in that strongly. Cybercurrent Twitter, looking forward to being able to add to the stack again, as my buying had really slowed since last autumn. Yes, I hear you on that. Mine too. Very good. Razor Ready, yeah, the AG, the AG, as far as I know, he's still banned. I think that channel's still gone, from what I understand. 1776 says Algorithm Food. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. John May, the system is smiling. A lot of stackers are selling and still forgetting about silver. That's what the system wants. The $150 silver is about 18 months away. The CBDC's critical minerals list enforced to the public. Hope you bought with cash. All right, there we go. Well, critical minerals does not mean that they're going to confiscate. I don't think they're going to confiscate at all. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. And where are we at here? All right, we've got, thanks, Sal. Thank you so much, Mario. And the SAG says, the bears are waking up from the information, it seems. Seems so. So basically, we're all screwed. No, hopefully not screwed. I'd say as long as you hold on, you're not screwed. And let's see what other new comments have made their way through here. The past couple of minutes, not many, because the videos have not gotten many views here. But let's see here. Mr. Baller, gotta love the silver stackers laughed at Bitcoin holders, but they're pretty much in the same percent of downward movement. It just took a little longer. Yeah, I know exactly. We can all laugh when the competing stuff gets hit, but yeah, sooner or later it's going to come back to bite us, which means we need to think about long-term holding for precious metals. Yeah. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let's see here. We got. Let's see here. The Bikini Woman. It's interesting, but not alarming to me. Most of them have been stacking for a while. We are still way ahead. That's exactly right. That's right, Bikini Woman. Lacey Downing says, I personally hope my LCS is still selling constitutional silver below spot. I shall see you tomorrow. It'll be very interesting to see with the price down if they will do that. It may not be the case anymore. Rex, 99,000. I said last Friday the silver will be $67 or $68. Next Friday's close will be $49 and $51 per ounce. It's going back to $20 or $30 range after next week. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if that happens. I kind of doubt it, but hey, I don't rule anything out at this point. Winston Allen, now that silver is no man's land below 71 for 2 weeks, this channel, next support is $64. I'm glad you finally at least acknowledged the word technical. Well, I've been talking about technical analysis, and I don't dismiss it at all. I reference it a lot. I just think that technical analysis is all good and well and fine until the real world punches you in the face. And that is the dynamics of the market that can move, even as little as one word can move the markets. I talked about that before from a former Fed chair. Mac Raven says, portfolio is officially red. It's a hedge, or for when I lose my job, then the red mass jobs, more likely the metals are going to be up. That's right. Sooner or later it's going to come back. We'll see how it plays out, but there's a lot of different factors that we have to take into account, and I'm going to be talking about some of those in tomorrow morning's video. You're not going to want to miss tomorrow morning's video, by the way. JF Enterprise, it needed to occur slower, hitting 114, 124, but shops were only paying 85 that I heard at best within a week or two after the high. Maybe they paid or even offered 90 if you sold, so never even crossed 3-digit realization. Hoping it does another leg higher, but I fear the manipulation is too strong and it may not. Why, one guy I watched said apparently a lot of big names in the industry did, but they sure wasn't going to tell any of us of that. We need bag holders, indeed we do. Home Simba pays you well for being their hand model. All right, yep, I get paid monthly. And Thrifty Rob, what an ugly coin. I'm guessing it will be rare because who would want it? Well, limited mintage. We'll see how it plays out. But thank you for your thoughts on that. That's it for the next year or two. Now into what's called the Greatest Depression. Work your shoulder muscles. You're going to need them to cash your silver and gold in the street. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Dignity. I'm about to get more silver. The structural deficit has not changed and likely will not forever. All right. Well, anything could change, especially if there's a less demand that could come based off of any economic downturn. Who knows? We'll see. All right. Let's see here. Just finished the coffee. Got my chaser in here. Answer a few more. Matthew Adams says, nah. So he disagrees with me on this. Let's see here. I stack for future decades, not weeks. 5150 Rockstar. All right, there you go. Yep, that's right. Future decades. That's the way to do it. Lamar Avery, the whiny baby, gets his official coin. TDS alert. TDS alert. Let's see here. Joshua, I'm glad it fell back. I want to buy more, but I was not buying at $100. Right there you go. So he stopped buying at $100. Let's see here. People more interested in war news videos lately, hence a drop in viewers. Yeah, it could be. Although some of the real bigger channels, they're not suffering from views, but yeah, it could be. That could be a part of it. Jonathan Flores, I bought a little bit today. If it goes down more, might buy more. There you go. Nice. Take advantage of those dips. Florida Jim says, I've been buying gold above when silver popped to over 50. Thank you, Sal. 1 ounce gold challenge. This is selling be pressure from Asia due to oil prices. All right. Yes. Could be. That's a good point. Good point on that. Thank you so much. All right, folks. Well, we've been streaming for a long time here. Think I'm going to say goodnight now. But you guys are great. I really appreciate you taking the time to be here tonight. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. It's been a great time. You guys are awesome. And we'll be back here on Sunday night. I hope you'll join me then. But the Sunday night market watch should be very interesting, especially with the prices that have dipped. Will it continue, or will we see a massive rebound? Anything could happen. But thank you guys. Appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful evening. Keep your feet on the stars. Keep reaching for the ground. And don't forget to check out this video that CCT has pinned on the Trump coin and in the videos that I posted today in case you missed them. Have a good night, all. Take care. See ya.